Hello, this is Akira from Key Operation. Today, I would like to introduce the Nakajo Open Innovation Lab at Tainai City, Niigata Prefecture in Japan. For the project, we use the latest sustainable technology in harmony with the natural resources of the region. Here, we are at the coast, close to the site of the project. As the wind is normally quite strong, there are many wind turbines here, but it's not turning today. This wind is useful for the wind turbine, but this was the trouble for the people from the area at the same time. Until the mid-Edo period, which is 17th century, Niigata's coast was covered with sand dunes. People suffered from the flying sand, burning houses, and crops. In order to fight with this, pine trees were planted from the 18th century, which weakened the wind and prevented the sand from flying away. Tainai City was formed in 2005 through the merger of Nakajo Town and Kurokawa Village. The city extends along the Tainai River basin and features the typical fan-shaped terrain. The main industry here is rice cultivation, vegetable and flower farming, livestock farming, and fruit tree cultivation as well. Apart from agriculture, there are some other industries here too. This Kurokawa oil field is originated from Emperor Tenchi in Asuka period, which is 7th century. Kurokawa means black river, as the black oil was coming out like a river. The oil is extracted from the oil floating on the surface of the water using this unique tool made of bundle of ferns called kaguma. This oil has been used as preservative for houses and shrine pillars, fuel for hot baths, lamps, fuel for fishing boats, and for lighthouses. In Nakajo area, industry based on oil is developed, and many factories are still located here today. And one of them is our client, ENEOS Xplora Incorporation. They recently changed the company name from JX Nippon Oil and Gas Exploration, and they have the Nakajo oil and gas field here. ENEOS Xplora is one of the main operating companies of the ENEOS Group, and is involved in oil and natural gas development and production projects. It also focuses on environmentally friendly projects and is accelerating its efforts to decarbonize. In Nakajo oil and gas field, there are company housing and offices, and they are surrounded by a pine forest that has been in existence since the Edo period. As mentioned before, the pine forest was planted to prevent flying sand and is a symbol of local history and environmental protection. You can see how industrial facilities are operated in harmony with the natural environment. This is the entrance to the Open Innovation Lab. The lab was designed as a center for advanced research and collaboration with the university and other companies. In order to examine the theme of this facility, a workshop was held during the design period with a group of employee volunteers. During the workshop, participants freely shared and discussed their ideas, which helped to shape the future vision and function of this building. The theme of the facility that emerged from the workshop was Kichinomichi, which has a double meaning of known and unknown and basis and past. This concept aimed to combine existing knowledge with new knowledge to create the future-oriented innovations. Here, the design is in harmony with nature and offering visitors a place for new discoveries and creativity. In the original design proposal, a pilotry was proposed to maintain the clear view at the lower part of the pine forest. This proposal was intended to harmonize nature and architecture. The aim of the design was to make the most of the pine forest landscape and to integrate the entire building with the surrounding natural environment. We also proposed the timber frame structure for the building in order to help the decarbonization. At first, the single volume with pilotis was proposed. However, with this arrangement, we have more corridors, which made it more difficult to create common space. Then we proposed a staggered plan, and this made it easier to create a large common area in the center. However, we had a problem with the construction costs due to the drastic price boost. In order to reduce the cost, the pilotis was dropped, and instead, we went for single-story building. Eventually, this decision has created a simple, effective flow lines while keeping the cost down. This is the east elevation of the building. The design is in harmony with the natural environment of the area, with several volumes clustered together. Each volume has an independent function, but they are designed to maintain a sense of unity as a whole. As each volume is smaller and it looks like a local farmhouse, the building blends into the local landscape. These volumes are forming a central courtyard, and with a flat roof on top, this becomes an internal courtyard. This arrangement is very similar to Hayama Huts, the villa project that we designed in Hayama. At Hayama, we had a deck with swimming pool at the center, but here we have a central communication space instead. This is a passage from this main approach towards the entrance. The main entrance is at the gap between these two volumes. There is a pergola in between the gap, and it will welcome the visitors. This is a vestibule at the entrance. The wall is continuous with external finishes, creating a continuity between outside and inside. And also you can recognize the volume from inside as well. So this is a gap between the reception volume and the service volume. You can access outside through each gap. The design allows visitors to feel the connection to outside and the nature. With the natural light and breezes, these corners are ideal for relaxing and socializing. This is the interior of the central open space. This center area is surrounded by 6 core volumes, which is the reception volume, service volume, meeting volume, solo work volume, multipurpose volume, and the workshop volume. Actually, this composition represents the concept from the workshop, which is bases and paths. These volumes are the bases, and the actual center area is a part of the paths which are connecting to the outside. The interior of the center area is finished with sofas, benches, and lounge counter where people can eat and drink, allowing them to communicate. The high ceiling with timber louvers and the large windows give the space an expansive and welcoming warm environment. Actually, once you're in the building, you can notice the nice smell of the cedar from the louvers and the cladding. It is scientifically proven that the VOC of the cedar has a relaxing effect on the human body. This is a reception room. This room is used as a space to introduce the activities of ENEOS. It is used as a place to explain the project to the visitors. An overall concept model of the Nakajo oil and gas field is displayed here to give visitors a visual overview of the environmental friendly project. As you can see, this room has a high ceiling under the shed roof. with a large high window towards the south, allowing the natural light to enter the room. This solar gain is designed to reduce the heating load in winter. However, in summer, it will become too hot. So if you press this button, the external blinds are closed to block the solar radiation to keep the interior temperature comfortable. These timber beams are partially exposed and indirect lighting has been installed on top in order to light up the city. This wall is covered with hanchiku plaster, which is done by a company called Harada-sakan. This finish is made from natural materials and have a natural texture, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. It also represents the business of ENEOS, which is drilling the ground, and this is showing the stratum. Now, we would like to hear about this project from Mr. Monzawa, who is the manager of this innovation lab. He helped us on this project from the beginning of the design stage.
この度はどうもおめでとうございます。
こちらこそありがとうございます。
施設がオープンして、もう1ヶ月ちょっとでしたっけ。どうですか、使い始めて。
で、やはりお客さんが来てくれた時にすごく皆さん感動してくれるので、なんていうかね、自慢じゃないですけど、ちょっとそういったところで嬉しい気持ちにはなりますね。
ノイル、このプロジェクトがそのスタートした経緯を少しご説明いただいてもよろしいですか。
もともとは2020年の頃にですね、当社としましてももともとやっていた石油蒸留産業というのが今後の脱炭素の潮流の中で環境対応を会社全体の若い人何人か集めてやるチームができまして、そこの構想の中で出てきたのがこの中条に新しい環境設備を作ろうと、環境対応の事業部を作ろうというところがスタートにはなっております。
設計から始まって、でそれでその、設計するプロセスの中で一番難しいなというか苦労された部分、工事のところもそうなんですけど、その辺は何かありますか。
そうですね、ご存知の通りで最初にワークショップ開催した時に好きなことを皆さん言ってもともと何をしようとしてかというと、基本は事務所でも当社の社員だけじゃなくていろんな会社の人も来ていろんな会社も使えるようなそういった事務所、あくまで事務所を想定してたんですけども、やはりフリーなディスカッションでこういう施設があった方が面白いっていうのを、そういうのを貯めていくとなんか道の駅みたいに最初行きそうになったっていうところがありましたねっていう。もう一つは単純ですけどウッドショックとかもあったので、費用の問題っていうのはやはりちょっと気にしてた部分ではありますね。なんだかんだ言ってそこは問題起こらずに済んだので良かったなっていうところではあるんですけども、
設計そして工事の中で何か楽しかった思い出みたいなものはありますか。
そうですね、真面目な話をすると設計っていうか建物を建てること、そして特に今回いろいろやっていただいた環境対応の話、ゼブであるだとかパッシブハウスであるだとかその他にそのために必要な断熱だとか、そういったものの勉強になったっていうのが一番ですね。そういう意味だと餅巻き上棟式餅巻きっていうのをやったっていうのはちょっと面白いイベントになったかなと思ってますね。この辺りは普通やるんだって聞いてるので、誰もやったことない実際やってる時も上の方から餅巻きとかってなかなか経験することがないのであれは面白かったと思いました。
おじさんおばさんたちが子供のように餅を受け取ってましたね。あとは、この施設の中で、何か気に入ってる場所とか何かありますか。
気に入ってる場所、そうですね、2つやっぱりあって和室、小上がりの和室の部分とやっぱりおすすめが足湯っていう形になるのかと思いますね。やはりなんか事務所に足湯があるっていうのはちょっと珍しいところもあって、ちょっと暑い時はまた例えば氷水でも入れればいいのかなと思ってはいるんですけども、ここはやはり冬の方がちょっと結構厳しいところもあるので、冬の足湯っていうのがあるとシーンを変えるっていうところでも効果があるのかなと思ってますね。
あと最後の質問をさせていただきたいんですけれども、今後このノイルの活動っていうところの将来というか何かビジョンみたいなものがおありであれば
環境対応事業の種みたいなものを作っていく、育てていくっていうところで、この辺り、ちょっと東京に比べたら土地とかに融通が利く、場所でもありますので、実証実験みたいなものを積極的にやっていくっていうのが大切なことなのかなと。この建物自体はやはり結構魅力的に作っていただいて、遠くからでも何度も来てもいいかなって思わせるって思ってもらうっていうところを中心に考えてますので、新しいセミナーでもイベントでもやりながら極力そういうのを考えてくれそうな人が来ていただく機会を作って、そこでディスカッションや見学等を通して感じてもらって、新しいこういうのできないかっていうところが醸成できて、それを我々が支援するというか、一緒にやれたらいいかなっていうのが思っているところですね。
Let's have a look at the other places. In the meeting volume, we have 2 closed meeting rooms. And this is a large meeting room. This room is for the closed meetings, and it allows for focused discussion while enjoying the view outside. In spring, cherry blossoms can be seen from this window. This is the smaller meeting room. It is suitable for small groups, and the desks can be freely arranged. The flexibility allows the space to be adjusted to the needs of the users. The quiet environment allows people to concentrate on their works and increase the productivity of the team. This is the service volume where we have the toilets. Here, we can hang the clothes, and there are some storages to leave your luggage. And please continue. These are the toilets for men and women, as well as disabled. They feature a distinctive pine needle-shaped symbol, which is based on the environment around the area. So this is a kitchen bar counter, which is installed at the center of the free space. This is where people can enjoy meals and socialize, and where communication between people is encouraged. At the edge of the counter, you can have a power supply, so you can charge your smartphone and your PC. Let's look inside. Behind the counter, we have a sink here, and we also have fridge here as well. And we also have bins, and we have also storage behind this counter as well. This counter finish is made from local soil. Again, this is made by Harada Sakan. It is covered with clay finishing technique. This technique gives the counter a warm, unique texture and sense of harmony with nature. The group gathering here provides a great opportunity for team bonding. Through a meal or drink, people naturally interact with each other, and this provides an opportunity for new ideas to emerge. The various exchanges of ideas will also contribute to the progress of the project. So let's look the other side as well. So this is the SOLOWORK volume. As at the reception, a large south-facing window let the natural light comes in, creating a bright and open environment, but with a space for individual quiet and focused work. This space has a desk counter that allows each individual to concentrate quietly. With this big table, you can have a distance with the other people, but have a feeling of working together. The table is also useful in case of project meeting. There's also a dedicated booth for a single person for web meetings. These booths are designed to block out the ambient sound and ensure the privacy. As mentioned before, the gap spaces in between the volumes are used as a place for people to relax and enjoy the conversation. This corner next to the multipurpose room is one of them. It is an open space integrated with nature outside, providing refreshment and relaxation for visitors. You can easily go out from this gap space and the visitors can take a walk around the surroundings and refresh themselves. It is used as a place to promote creative thinking while feeling connected to nature. This is a multi-purpose room. This room is designed in a traditional Japanese style with tatami floor and offers a relaxed atmosphere. By opening and closing the sliding doors, the room can be used as an open or private space. This multi-purpose room will be used in different situations. This Japanese-style room has a unique seating style as an office. For Japanese people, you feel like at home when you're on tatami. This cedar edge floor can be used as desk, and people can work with the power supply here. It is interesting to see the people sitting on the floor while you're working on this desk. The multipurpose room is also equipped with a projection function, allowing the wall to be used as screens. This makes it possible to hold presentation, workshop, seminars, and other events. In addition, this multipurpose room can be used as a stage, with a central open communication space to be used as a seating area. Let's have a look upstairs. This is a loft space which is designed as a place for users to relax quietly and collect their thoughts. From here, you can overlook the pine forest behind the building. Comfortable low sofas and cushions are arranged to help you relax after a long day. You can read or take a nap here. This loft space is an oasis for the visitors. We have another in-between gap space with comfortable sofa here. And you can view the green under the pergola. And this is the gap towards the back entrance. And this is a corner for office supplies. Photocopier and printers are located here for the daily tasks. And these are the changing rooms. As Nakajo oil and gas field often requires work outside, the changing rooms are provided so that they can change into their work clothes. And there's also shower rooms as well. Here we can see the pine needle signs for men and women, which is the same as the one at the toilets. This is the workshop area. Here you can work on your research and experiment. There's a core sample storage and work counter for the analysis. In addition, a washing machine has been installed to keep the equipment and clothing clean. So let's go out from the back entrance. This area serves as an entrance to the workshop. It can be accessed by small vehicles from here to the workshop. A pergola at the back entrance also creates the shading, making it more comfortable for the people. The benches and the table have been placed under the pergola to provide a place for resting and chatting. The thermal insulation was one of the most important issues for this project. High-performance insulation has been used to optimize the UA value, thereby increasing the energy efficiency. The actual UA value of this building is 0.28 watt per square meter Kelvin, indicating very high insulation performance. For the foundation, we have a styrofoam insulation. We have insulated the styrofoam under the concrete foundation so that the concrete foundation can become a thermal mass and keep the internal temperature stable. Moreover, we have also added the internal upright insulation with phenolic foam walls in order to increase the performance. The walls are insulated with 120 meter thick high-performance glass wool, filling between the timber frames. On top of the glass wool, we added 90 millimeter thick phenolic foam walls. The multi-layered insulation structure maintains a comfortable temperature in all seasons and saves energy. The timber cladding is added on top after installing the breathable membrane with air gap. For the timber cladding, we use the red core part of the cedar, which is much more durable, and we dip into the non-toxic wood treatment liquid, which is called Wood Long Echo. The color becomes gray with UV, and it also becomes further durable. The building looks nicely aged, as if it has been standing here for a couple of years. The timber cladding doesn't have tongue and groove, and we have open joints, so the wood can be easily dried. For the pitch roof, 450 mm thick cellulose blown-in insulation is used. For the flat roof, we have 100 mm styrofoam on top of the timber joists, and within the timber joists, we have 330 mm cellulose insulation as well. Cellulose insulation is an environmentally friendly material made from recycled paper, which provides high insulation performance as well. The air tightness of this building is also very high. This building has C-value of 0.4 square centimeter per square meter. This prevents outside air from entering the building and helps to stabilize indoor temperatures. The high air tightness contributes to both energy savings and comfort. In order to achieve this, we needed to install the airtight sheet from inside very carefully. Window detailing is also quite important. For this building, we are using a triple glazing timber window sash, which has very efficient U-value, which are supplied by Yamazaki Yamoko. There are a couple of different types of windows. This is a simple sliding window called Eco Slide. Slide like this. The U-value of this glazing is 0.62 watt per square meter Kelvin. The U-value of the frame is 1.41 watt per square meter Kelvin. Therefore, as a total window, it is 0.87 watt per square meter Kelvin. The key of this window is one side is fixed, and the sliding window goes inside, but not outside. This moving frame moves towards the fixed frame so that the airtight is very strong. We also have a very large window here. We are using the Hebe-Shibe system, so we can slide the large window like this very easily. And we close the window again, and we can make the air tight when you close the window. The solar panels have been installed on the rooftop. In order to generate the renewable energy, the panels are installed on the roofs of the meeting volume, service volume, multi-purpose volume, and the workshop volume, covering the total area of approximately 73 square meter, which makes the generation power around 15 kilowatt. This plays an important role to meet the energy needs of the entire building. The roof design includes a balanced arrangement of two types of roofs, gable roof and the shed roof. Shed roofs are designed to maximize solar gain from the south sunlight, which helps to keep the interior warm during the winter. This is based on the passive house concept. During the summer, external blinds are used to block the solar radiation, preventing the interior temperature rising. This time we used external blinds from Osmo. The gable roof, on the other hand, is fitted with photovoltaic panels, which is angled and positioned to generate the solar power efficiently. This ensures a good balance between the acquisition of solar radiation in winter and the generation of solar power throughout the year. With the energy saving we have made and with these solar panels, we got the Zero Energy Building certification. The south side, we have the photovoltaic panels are angled to allow snowfall so that the power can be generated even in winter, and there are no snow stops. Therefore, the gutters are designed to prevent them from falling off when snow falls. This gutter is made by Tanita and called Yukinoki, which means snow gutter. The snow slides down without damaging the gutter, but still the rainwater can come in from this small gap here. The other name of this product is called stoppan, meaning stopping leaves. The leaves do not come in so that the maintenance is easier. The roof on the north face has snow stops, as we are thinking to keep the snow on the north roof, instead of dropping on the north ground in the shadow. The pergolas are mainly installed at the east-west openings and act as a shading control. The sun from the east and west comes with a very low angle, so this pergola louvers can give a shading on these lights. This also acts as gangi, which is a local snowfall prevention roof. We have a lot of snow in north of Japan, so we use yukigakoi in order to protect the plants and trees from the snow weight. This pergola gangi design idea comes from this yukigakoi, and this created the characteristic appearance on the facade. Actually, the timber louvers in the center area inside and this pergola has a continuity, so they bring a sense of unity to the building's overall design. We also have a garage volume. It has a charging facility for the electrical vehicles, which is powered by the solar panels. Electrical vehicles can also act as a storage batteries as well. This supports the sustainable transport and reduces the energy wastage. This facility also has a small wind turbine as part of the renewable energy mix. This wind turbine has a special lens-shaped rings attached around the blades in order to increase the efficiency of the power generation. The wind turbine has a rated power generation capacity of 3 kilowatt with a height of 15 meter, a rotor diameter of 2.8 meter. Even with the weak wind speed of 3 meters per second, the rotor can turn and generate the electricity. The wind turbine features a low noise design. Therefore, even at this building, where we have offices and company housing nearby, it could be installed without worrying about the noise. Furthermore, the wind turbines can generate electricity even at night if the wind is blowing. So when you combine with solar power generation, a stable 24-hour supply of renewable energy is possible. At this building, a geothermal air conditioning system has been installed as a part of the renewable energy component. The system uses a closed loop using a heat exchange wells installed underground. These are the geothermal heat pumps with 3 units in operation. Each heat pump has heating capacity of 6 kilowatt, including capacity of 5 kilowatt, with a stable performance throughout the year. These are the 3 heat exchange wells. Each of them is 100-meter deep. They are installed and drilled by Kowa Corporation. There are tubes called U-tube, which bring the medium in and out the ground. The geothermal heat pump system significantly improves the efficiency of air conditioning by extracting the heat from the ground in the winter and releasing the heat into the ground in summer, as the underground temperature is always around 15 to 20 degrees. This can reduce the annual electricity consumption by 49% compared to the conventional air source heat pumps. In addition, geothermal heat has a stable temperature, allowing for high efficient heating operation even in cold climates. This energy supply is unaffected by weather and time of the day, ensuring sustainable operation. We created the energy consumption visualization system, which monitors the energy use of the entire building. The system keeps the records of the amount of electricity generated and consumed by each energy source in the building, and displays this information in a graphic that is easy for users to understand visually. Let's have a look on the monitor. Here is a general information monitor. This shows how much kilowatt is generated by photovoltaics, geothermal heat pump, wind turbine, and this shows the kilowatt stored in the battery. And this shows the electricity generated by solar panels. You can see time to time and daily power generation. So next one is the geothermal heat pump air conditioning. This shows the temperature of the medium in each well, when it goes in and when it comes out. Normally, geothermal performance is shown with COP, coefficient of performance. For example, with this 2.4 kilowatt electrical usage, the actual power generated is 3.8 times more, and that means COP is 3.8. However, COP is not easy to compare with the other items, so instead, we showed it as visual electrical generation with a difference between these two, which is 6.6 kilowatt. So this is a wind turbine monitor. This shows the wind speed and how much it is creating the electricity. Unfortunately, it's not turning today. This is a monitor showing the actual consumption of the electricity in this building. This is a general air conditioning, as half of the air conditioning is not geothermal, but the normal air heat pump air conditioning. And this is the geothermal air conditioning and lighting and the other. This is the total consumption, and this is the power generated. So this shows the energy self-sufficiency rate. And you can also compare with historical data and analyze consumption patterns, measures, and based on that, you can improve energy efficiency. Through interactive displays, visitors can visually understand energy flows and the impact on the environment. ENEOS started the pine forest restoration in 1998, using a seedling pine to restore the red pine forest to 20,000 trees. The pine forest also extends behind this building and provides a home for Japanese raccoons, rabbits, owls, and wild birds and eagles. The exterior, covered with cedar paneling, has a high affinity with the surrounding pine forest and forms an integrated landscape. The space between each building leads to the walking path built under the external pergolas, where a visitor can enjoy existing vegetation such as moss and cherry trees and pine forest. So now we're at the end of the building tour, and this is what I was looking for, the footpath. Let's have a try. The lid of the footpath can also be used as a seat, and you can sit comfortably. By soaking your feet in the warm water, we can relax and relieve your fatigue. There were originally plans to pull hot spring water from the surrounding oil fields. However, this was not possible due to the distance and cost. Instead, the hot water is infused with iodine, which came from the oil field, allowing the mineral-rich water to relax. A pergola is also installed above the footpath with an awning attached above. You can close it like this. The awning serves to block out the sun, and also you can use it when it's raining. Footpath is also surrounded by a beautiful garden, which offers a nice seasonal views. This footpath is a popular place for people to refresh their body and mind. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.